This app is better at blurring out the background.
Good. Well, hey, America's on edge tonight. President Trump faces world leaders at the UN amid growing backlash. Medical trust unraveled as Trump's explosive claims about acetaminophen or Tylenol and autism. And the debate over free speech erupts with Jimmy Kimmel's suspension after the Charlie Kirk controversy. Jtrain McDougal's, I ask you again, what the hell is going on out there, man?
Yeah, we're run by a bunch of idiots.
Woo! Woo! This is a big one.
So we got Mr. Adderall user and Mr. Heroin user trying to tell us that Tylenol is an issue. What
Tylenol is going to
stupidity.
see some pains right now.
Well, I did pay attention to this and I fit up. So as soon as I heard that they were going to announce the link to autism, I should have moved everything I had in stocks over to Tylenol, and because they rebounded today and I
They
could have caught that
did.
wave up. Stupid of me not thinking about this. All right, so let's talk about how stupid this whole comment is. Autism is hereditary. And therefore, it runs in families. It is not like UCLA's genetic analysis from the UCLA Medical School. It's like
We are
the
not
second
doctors.
result. It's right there. I'm not making this shit up. I'm looking at it right
Put it
here.
up. Put it on the screen.
No, they can go Google this shit. I'm not putting anything up today. They can go figure their own shit out. Believe me or not, it's hereditary. And if I understand correctly, it has something to do with there's like an extra bit of information on one of the DNAs. So DNA is a helix. It's two lines that go down in a spiral, right? And then inside there's two, I think it's proteins or something. I don't know. G, if I remember
Sounds like
correctly.
protein.
And the combinations A, T, C, or G, depending on which part it is, creates your DNA, right? And then if I remember correctly, there's like a little bit extra on the strand of that or something. I don't feel free to correct me if I missed that, but it's
You did.
genetic and it's been genetic. And it was originally diagnosed in 1911 as something different than schizophrenia, which is one of the things people have been confused by.
You said autism was originally diagnosed in
In
1912,
1911.
1911.
Oh, now,
Who diagnosed it? United
diagnosed,
States of America?
no, just worldwide. But diagnosed is people are going to be like, oh, so the first case of autism was 19. No, 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 no. There's been significant evidence that autism has been around for as long as there's been written language.
Yeah. Ancient Egypt had them. I'm sure of it. How am
Well,
I sure? I don't know.
yeah, and autism is actually linked to some really interesting brain behavior, and their ability to figure out things seems to be more advanced in certain areas than others.
Right.
It's kind of like the
That has been my
smarter you
experience.
are, the harder it is to understand simpler things kind of concept people are talking about. Autism takes that to a whole nother
Yeah, like
level.
common sense things, like social cues, like those types of things.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I've spent my entire life, because I'm ADHD, trying to understand the intricacies of that. But like empathy is hard for me because I just I don't understand it all. And that's why sociopaths and psychopaths have trouble with empathy. Is like they're just not built for it.
J-Train, are you admitting to the Almost Above Average podcast that you are a psychopath?
No,
I'm
no,
just
no.
kidding.
I have empathy. I am ADHD, not psychopathic.
There was
So
another man that didn't believe in empathy. Unfortunately, he was recently murdered. His name was Charlie Kirk.
ah, man, you're gonna get us kicked off of here. All right. So anyway,
I'm just saying.
so until 1911, schizophrenia and autism were classified the same. There was no discernible difference. So they had decided that people with autism prior to 1911 were going to be classified as schizophrenic. And schizophrenic's like a whole other thing than psychopathy. It's like anyway. So if we have diagnosed case 1911, we have at least a minimum date for anybody who gives a shit. All right, so when was acetaminophen launched? Acetaminophen is the active
I'm gonna
ingredient
guess
in Tylenol,
1948.
1955.
I was close.
It was in clinical trials in 1950, according to Johns Hopkins Medicine, and became commercially available under the brand name of Tylenol in 1955. So that's a 44-year gap between diagnosed cases of autism and Tylenol, which means that he's full of now. Here's the thing.
Do you think
There's
he's just
two
ordering Robert F. Kennedy to go out there? Hey,
No, Robert F.
believe
Kennedy came into this on his own. Like, this was his
Jeez.
monkey.
Robert.
But I think the likelihood is just like so much of what's going on with tariffs and bans and all this kind of stuff comes down to market manipulation. It's just stock market manipulation. And I think there's a very good chance that He figured out how to get his cronies in line to do shorts and sells and buys and longs and all that kind of stuff to make money off of this. And that's why they're like, oh, we have a big announcement about autism. And the insiders all like, oh my God, he's really going to talk about Tylenol. They knew this shit for months.
That
And
makes a
he
lot of
got all
sense
of his
from this
ducks in a row.
administration.
He told all of his people that have paid in, and they made bank off of this. That's
That
what
makes
this
a
is
lot of
about.
sense.
And what people need to take away is he is more than happy for women to suffer during pregnancy because I read today Tylenol is the one major pain management medicine that was classified as completely safe to take during pregnancy for
Hey, let us
women.
know in the comments. Isn't Tylenol a household thing? Did you grow up trusting Tylenol? Because I
In
sure
fact,
did, and I still do.
Tylenol and aspirin have been taken for pregnancy and headaches and everything else for years. Like
I do
backaches
know
is
if
a
you take
number
too much
one.
Tylenol, it can be really bad for you, but, I mean, that's the can be said
So
for everything.
that's a liver toxicity thing, and the amount you have to take is a lot. But yeah, you could
Don't
die from
try it.
overtake. But look, man, you can die from drinking too much water too fast.
Right.
And as my doctor sister likes to say, everything is toxic in volume.
Amen.
The what is it? The lethality is in the dose, is what I think the common phrase is. But anyway, so it's all bullshit. They have no idea what they're doing. They're lying to you, they're hurting people, and they're making money off of it at your expense because they think you're too stupid to go look and Google 1911 before 1955. Like they think you're stupid. And the
Doesn't
fact
this
that they
remind
went
you
on
of the
national
COVID thing?
TV and said this
When Trump came out and he
shows you
was
how
saying
stupid MAGA is
injecting
to believe
bleach?
this.
Do you remember when he was talking about injecting bleach? That's what this reminds me of.
It's no, I don't. So here's the thing. Trump is a fucking moron more often than not. Now, what happened now, the bleach thing and the light thing's really interesting. So bleach kills COVID, right? And that's what that all is about. It was about getting rid of COVID. That's why he was talking about it. It
Bleach
was
kills
around the
organic
time that
material.
he approved the COVID vaccine. Trump approved the COVID vaccine. Trump actually, his administration got the
Took credit.
what was it? The Go Fast program. I forget the name
I
of it.
know
There
what
was
you're
a
talking about.
program that they
Lightspeed,
put in place,
Project Lightspeed,
Warp Speed, Warp
Warp
Speed.
Speed. Yeah.
Project Warp Speed, where they actually helped accelerate the mRNA vaccine
Trial
through
process.
the approval process in order to get it out to populace to try to prevent deaths. Like, that's Trump, guys. If you didn't like the vaccine, your orange giant god got that out to the public fast. Y'all voted for that. Anyway, so this, in my mind, is not the same thing. But I think what happened with the bleach and the light was he had been and talked to doctors, and because he is an idiot when it comes to science, and every time you listen to him, like he can't explain anything. But they told him, "Oh, light kills it. Like UV light kills the COVID virus. Light kills the COVID virus." He goes, if there was just a way to get this light into your body, it would kill the COVID. And it's
Yeah.
like he's connecting light kills COVID to how do we work
He's
with that
connecting
on
things
you?
like a 13-year-old boy.
Yeah, it's well, so a 10-year-old boy. There's this
Maybe 10.
concept of uh Trump's now anyway, let's get Trump's brain development. Let's talk about that later. But I don't think this is the same thing. I think he was told this. I think he ran with it. He even said, I don't understand this. I don't know how it works, blah, blah, blah. Like he made alludes to like, I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But he's out there giving you medical advice. It's the dumbest shit he's said all day. And the
Well,
fact that our
the day's not over yet,
administration is
dude.
pushing the pain and suffering of pregnant women who they are really trying to get women pregnant because they're making it legal to RAPE them or making it hard for them to have an abortion or like anyway, they really need those babies for the low income jobs. The fact that they're trying to make it harder on them is all about making women suffer, but I honestly don't think that's the main goal of this. I think the main goal of this was market manipulation. Aspirin, they probably bought aspirin and ibuprofen stocks and are long
We'll
gone
hear about it
anyway.
in 6 months from now. It'll be like, "Hey, remember that Tylenol thing? Turns out" hey, I don't know, I guess I should have put that
No,
in the
the
intro,
Trump
but
administration knows their days are numbered, and they're
they're
gonna
trying to
put
get
shit.
as much as they can get before they're gone.
Yeah, that's all this is. And if they're not gone, they're gonna stand by it and die on that hill because that's
I
how
know, they're all gonna stand on it.
Trump
They'll be
doesn't
in prison saying, "I'm innocent."
Trump doesn't admit failure. period. He has never once in public said, I was wrong. Never once. Not once. Never. He says the
Statistically
dumbest
impossible.
shit and he'll double down on it before he admits a failure. He will destroy the economy. He will let people die before he ever admits a minutia of error. And that's classic narcissism. He's a narcissist, 100% on the dot. Just saying. And if you don't believe me, go look it up, studies of this. People have analyzed his behavior patterns, narcissism. But I think that Tylenol is misdirection. I think that he was trying to appease his base and did like his base was like, oh, autism's caused by the vaccine. And it's like, well, you approved the vaccine, bud. So no.
Yeah, I think it's
Anyway,
just part of, what is that guy, Steve Bannon's flood the zone thing. Like, they just have so much bullshit going on everywhere that it's hard to pay attention.
every
Like, Epstein's still a thing, guys, but we're kinda can't really pay attention to that all the time anymore.
all right, so brain development thing. So this is from stuff I've read. You can disagree with if you want. I don't give a shit. There's this comment about how Trump talks like a sixth grader.
Yeah.
And he writes like a sixth grader. There's a reason he's always using a Sharpie. There's a reason he writes like he does. If you actually go look at his actual writing, it's trash. If you look at his tweets, they're incoherent babble, and they always have been to a certain degree. And that's the ones that he does, not his publicists, not his writers, that kind of stuff. Like if you just listen to anything he says, it's incoherent bullshit.
Have you seen the way he posts on social media? He has a person, and he literally just dictates exactly what to say, capitalize it, or, and just
No,
tells the
they
person.
they always adjust it because you can easily see the difference between somebody with some education and somebody without it. So he communicates like a sixth grader because the average populace reading level is a fifth grader. So he sounds smart. And the expression I love is he sounds smart to an idiot. He sounds brave to a coward. He sounds like a rich person to a poor person. He's the idea of what he projects the idea of the things that he should be to the people who aren't. And everybody who knows better is in on the gag and making money on it that still supports him. Either you're in on the gag and you're making money off of it, or you're an idiot. Pick one. That's my view. Sorry guys. That's just the way it is. Like
Jonathan's mad at MAGA today.
it's like
We gotta live with him, Jonathan. We gotta
I
come to some
watched
kind of agreement, not agreement, but we gotta live with these people, you
I
know?
watched an argument with a pro-Trump supporter recently, and then they're like, "Well, what about black rights?" Well, those blacks shouldn't have a rights, and Trump should be able to do whatever he wants in the
Right,
country,
yeah.
and he
A lot
should
of them are
detect the
uneducated.
laws. And it's like, so you're okay with fascism? And he goes, "Yeah, we need fascism in the United States." It's like, you can't win against.
Yeah,
I will do
you
anything
heard
to
of the
defeat you
Groypers?
mentality.
Do you know who the Groypers are?
Yes, I'm familiar, but, I mean, if you listen to Charlie Kirk, it's not that far off. There's this wonderful episode of Star Trek, the original Star Trek, and they go to this planet, and there's a major civil war amongst the populace, and the people are marked up where they have half their face is white and the other half is black or vice versa. Like, left side black, left side white, the other half is the opposite side, and they've segregated themselves into the color alignment, right? So all the ones with the left side white are one group and all the others, and then they're fighting to kill each other. And they're like, well, he has white on the right side, therefore he's evil, and we got to kill them all. And I look at everybody that's out here today looking at this stuff, and it's like, when you really get into it, it's like, hey, man, you got to go to the doctor you got to take your kid to the doctor. You have two choices. We can let your kid die, or the government could pay for it because you're broke. What do you want to do? Well, government could pay for it. All right, cool. That's socialism, bud. Well, no, socialism's evil. It's like, okay, so you're okay with your kid dying because you can't afford it. No, man, that's what health insurance is for. It's like, well, health insurance is technically another form of socialism, really, except they're making money on it more than it would be if the government paid for it. They're going to take more of what they call the rake. And for those who don't know what the rake is, it's a very common casino term. So, like, let's say Chris and I are at the casino, we're at a blackjack table, there's five of us. Not blackjack, poker table, five of us, right? And the dealer's not playing, but they collect 10, 20% out of the pot every time we play. That amount they're taking out's the rake. That's their collection of it so that person can get paid, so they can afford the place we're doing it, blah, 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 so that we have a place to play poker. Now, he may win a pot, I may win a pot,
Service
but at the end
charge.
of the day, the total amount taken away from the table is less than what was showed up to when you add it all together because the house is going to take a little bit of it. When you pay an insurance company, they're going to pay out based on the total amount spent versus the profit they need to make, and they're going to deny access to healthcare for the rest of it. It's not just like, oh, that's unethical, we're not going to do it. It's like, no, no, no. They deny tons of stuff, and then you have to appeal, and maybe you can get the doc. But if you think about it, it's like if a doctor tells you you need a surgery, why the hell would your insurance tell you no? Just saying. So, they're taking a rake, they're taking a portion of the money that you're paying in order to have the administrative fees and pay their people and their systems and their software and their profits and their families. But also the rest of it goes to paying out the expenses of actually paying for the medical procedures after it's been negotiated, blah, blah, blah. So the government would take less money. That's a single payer. But at the end of the day, somebody's going to pay that money, and it's going to be you go to the ER because you gotta get your arm fixed, and that's like $100,000. It's probably more than you paid for insurance your entire life when you really add it all up. So it's kind of like a shared expenses. What's that called? Oh, yeah, communism. Good luck with it. Now, people argue, but at the end of the day, you're paying into a pot and everybody's taking a little bit out and redistributing the wealth because there's plenty of people that are going to pay in for years and never use it. There's going to be a very small fraction that are going to pay in for years and take a lot of it. But it's basically the exact same thing as, I don't know, SPS or the military or anything else where we all pay in some form or factions, whether it's direct annuals or it's taxes, and then somebody uses it and you get the benefit of it, same thing. So quit getting off your high horses. It's not like you're buying a product and using a product up like direct communism or capitalism. So, what do you really want? Do you want health and longevity, or do you want to die on principle? You get to pick. And America voted to die on principle. The analogy that I loved was somebody from Europe said this. We can't understand why you guys are having a trouble between Kamala and Trump. It's like choosing between a free kitten and persistent diarrhea. And you guys are
It's
going,
worse than that.
kitten or diarrhea?
Or biting a cactus. Like, there's a million other ones. Like, it was so obvious to most the world, the entire world is laughing at us. If you see that, you can see headlines
But
from
did
other
you hear
countries,
today?
and they
Did you
hate us. They're
did you
not
hear what
coming here.
happened?
Canadians are going to Mexico for
Oh,
vacation now.
yeah, was it, tourism in this country's down like 95% or something?
Yeah. Like, this is hurting everybody,
Like,
and
my company's
there's still a
literally
large group of people
telling
going on in the world, like, saying everything is awesome, and like,
no, we're
"This is
fucking
what I voted
idiots.
for." It's like, "Did you really? Do you know what's happening?"
Yeah,
It's nuts. It is nuts to me. Guys, what are you thinking? Can you see groceries are more expensive?
well,
I
today
heard Donald Trump today say, "Inflation is down, groceries are down, gas is down." I was like, "Dude, no, it's not. Gas has been about the same for
you're
4 or
talking
5
gas is
months."
up almost $1 in places.
I haven't seen it. It's been between, like, 2.99 and 3.07 for, like, 4 years, 4
But
or 5 months.
today was it today or yesterday, he was at the UN and he gave a speech, and a teleprompter went out, and
Yeah.
he made a speech, he goes, "Well, we have borders, and they're amorphous because sometimes they're in the atmosphere, amorphous." And it's like, those words don't go together.
He was bagging on the rest of the
Amorphous
world too.
amorphous is not what that means. I'm gonna look up amorphous just so I can speak to the actual definition.
You do that because Donald Trump, he heard that word 10 minutes before he got on stage, probably was watching Matrix, and it was Morpheus, I bet.
Without a clearly defined shape or form. So what he said is our borders are without a clearly defined shape or form. No,
Hey,
I'm
it
pretty
fits.
sure we fucking know where the exact GPS coordinates are
Yeah,
every fucking inch of our border.
we do.
So
That
stupid. And he's talking about, and then if you go up in the air, it's amorphous. It's like, no, it's a vertical line directly up. Like, no, this shit ain't that hard. And then he gives a speech and the teleprompter breaks. So he just starts winging it. And he's saying this dumbest shit. It's like, we're the most respected country in the world. Everybody looks up to us. You got UK's getting us a deal. We got a deal with UK. And it's like, UK is like, not bud.
There was a time where I felt like that was a national pride to where I kind of felt like the world looked up to us and the world
I don't feel like that's
reflected
been
it.
the case since Obama.
I
But
know, but
anyway,
it was true,
but hold on.
That
So
is
it gets
true.
better.
It is not that way now.
So world leaders are hearing this and they actually have them on video laughing at him, going, "My God."
Right.
They're like you could hear people laughing at
He's a
how
joke.
stupid it is. And
He's
the
an
leaders are
absolute joke.
talking about afterwards, it goes, like one of the leaders, I forget which country it was like, you guys elected a idiot. It's like, are you guys serious? Another country's like, do you not hear your president? What?
Oh, we are
World
gonna get
leaders are
lit up
looking at us like, how
on
stupid are
Instagram
you
for this
Americans
episode.
for having this guy represent you? It's like, what?
We're gonna get lit up on Instagram for this episode.
Not just laughing at us, calling us stupid because we don't get rid of this orange monstrosity. And it's like
I know, I know. It's like, we know,
election.
most of us know, right? Most of
I
us are aware that he's not doing a good job, right? Am
so
I
there's
wrong?
all this debate about the election being stolen this time around.
Yeah. Ever
And
since
I'm
Trump
like,
came into anything, the election's getting stolen.
now the reality is I haven't seen conclusive proof, nor have they brought up conclusive proof. They brought up a lot of theories, and some of them
Who?
sound reasonable
Who?
in absence of proof. They sound reasonable. And I
Who are you
keep thinking
talking
to
about?
myself,
Who are you talking about?
there was a guy that hacked one of the current voting machines in real time in front of everybody and changed all the votes. Recently, he did that and demonstrated it. There was
Where?
another, I don't know. I just read the article. There was paperwork that came out and clearly said that an untested, unspecified update went out to a bunch of electronic voting machines within the week before the elections, and they don't understand it. There's a lot of algorithms that they've run over the data, and there's irregularities in the voting patterns on the ballots in a variety of areas. Like a lot of ballots came in swing states that only had the president's vote on it and no downstream votes whatsoever, an irregular number of them. And there was a lot of ballots that came in without the presidential vote but every downstream ballot picked. And that doesn't
I'm
make
sure they
sense.
compared that to the rest of the states, right?
It was an irregular amount compared to all other states by
Okay.
like 60, 70%. It was a
Shit.
huge
Okay.
number of discrepancy
So
between
it was one state? It was only one state, though?
no, all swing states. Like every swing state
Are
had
we
a
perpetuating a conspiracy
disproportionate.
on this podcast right now?
Again, this is what I've read. This is what's been reported. I don't have the actual numbers and the actual data. I can't verify any of it. It's gone forever. Trump administration has probably taken it out back, shot it and burned it. Who
Great.
knows?
At best, that's a conspiracy.
But here's the thing, like, I hope that happened. I hope that they cheated because I hope the American populace isn't quite as dumb as it would be as if they straight up elected this guy. Like he told everybody he was going to be a tyrant and a dictator from day one. From day one. Not only day one. He didn't say, oh, I'm just going to do it on day one. He says from day one. He said very specifically from, and he has more executive orders signed, of which the majority are illegal according to court case after court case after court case after court case
But it doesn't matter. That's
than
what's sad
any
about this whole
president in
situation.
history.
That's what's sad about everything that's happening right now. It's like he is brazenly breaking the law in every facet of his capacity as the president of the United States. And he's doing it in the open. He called for the investigation of his political rivals
No,
on
not
social
investigation,
media.
arrest.
Like this
Arrest
guy,
him. No, no,
what
no, no. Pause, pause,
is
pause.
he thinking?
Not investigation. He calls for the arrest and prosecution of
Right,
his political rivals.
right.
That's different.
Prosecution, yeah.
You can investigate him
He
until the
wants to
day.
lock him up. He was trying to
They
lock him up.
investigated Hillary Clinton for what, like 8 years over the emails? 8
He's
years or
literally
something.
just suing just
Millions.
to try to get his way. Every time he wants to do something really bad, he's just
Hell,
like,
he
"I'm not gonna
mentioned
do
the
it."
emails within the last 2 months.
But what?
He talked about Hillary's emails within like the last 2 months or
He's never
something.
gonna not talk about Hillary's emails.
Of course not.
I'm surprised I haven't heard the word Benghazi in a while.
And the FBI came out and told publicly the Trump administration after he took office and was sworn in, stop using private emails. Like the thing that he yelled at Hillary for and tried to get her thrown in jail for, the Republican Party did, they did it themselves after taking power. It's like, are you kidding me?
No, like, that's
Signal,
so
like
brazen, like
The Signal Gate's a great example of that. Signal was not approved by the DoD for official internal communications of classified data, and they did it anyway, and nothing happened.
I'm sure it happened during the Biden administration too, but the Trump administration is so corrupt
All
that
right,
there's
stop.
there's some good people in every circle,
You
in every part
can't,
of the government. So one person is gonna be good listening into all the
and
bad, corrupt shit that's going on. He's gonna leak that every time. You got
but
him in the
that is
Pentagon,
the
you got him in the FBI, you got him in the White House, you got him everywhere.
But that's the problem. We can't do, well, if they did it, we did it. No, no. And that's a big problem I have with MAGA in general. They're okay with letting their guy do it because they said, well, the other guy did it. And it's like, no, that's not always the case. And just because one lemming jumps off a cliff doesn't mean all lemmings should jump off cliffs. If the Biden administration did something illegal and it's prosecutable, have fun with it. Like if
Prosecute him. I
Bill
so
Clinton
prosecute
is,
him,
and
right?
that was my argument about the Epstein files. They said, "Well, there's high-powered Democrats on there." It's like, "Okay, burn them at the stake. Go have fun with
Right.
it. Get them all."
Why are you throwing that as an excuse? Like, that's gonna make me
No, no, no. In
like,
fact,
you want me to defend him because he's a Democrat? Like,
Bill
no.
Clinton and Bill Gates and Kevin Spacey and others said, "Okay, release it. Let's see what happens. Try us."
Mhm.
And they've all said, "Go ahead." They're okay with it. And I'm pretty sure most Democrats would be okay with that. In fact, I hear from everybody I know, if any of the Democrats are convictable of the same offenses as Trump, based on the same informational set that Trump has, put them all in jail.
Look, I
So
think Obama was a great man
go
and a
for it.
great president, but if
Obama
he
ain't
ended
in
up
the
on
Epstein
Epstein's
files.
list, if he was on Epstein's list, I promise you, like, I want the same thing to happen to him that should be happening to maybe Donald Trump. It sounds like he's doing an awful lot of covering shit up to not have anything to do with it, right?
And
Can you
here's the
at
re-
least see that?
And here's the reality. They think you're so dumb that they go, well, we're going to use this Epstein list to burn all these bad guys to the ground. We have to release it. We have to release it. Have to release it. I'm going to release it day one. I'm going to release it day one. Day one comes around. Well, we got to look into this. And then just like, oh, well, we had the report. We're trying to get ready. We're trying to get ready. Oh, there's no list. Oh, it's a fake list. Oh, it's only Democrats, but it's a fake list. I'm not on it. I'm in it. I might be in it. I don't know. It's like, no, they're lying to you out their asses. The reality is, the FBI has already told you, it's already out there. Trump is in the Epstein files over 5,000 times
And
from
look
what
how
I
many of
saw.
them are lying to you, because Kash Patel's out there every day straight up
Cash
lying to you.
Patel literally said,
Did you see his hearings in the
yeah, he
House and
goes,
Senate?
we have
He
no
just said he doesn't
evidence that he trafficked women at all. Like it didn't happen. Well,
he
then why
couldn't
is
answer
Giselle
simple questions that an FBI director should be able to tell
Then
the American
why
people.
then why was then why was he convicted? Why was Ghislaine Maxwell convicted of sex
Right.
trafficking if he didn't sex traffic anybody? And what happened to that girl that they confronted Trump with that was supposedly stolen from Mar-a-Lago and sex trafficked if he
Yeah,
didn't
Donald Trump
sex
said
traffic?
that with
Like,
his mouth.
they think you're so stupid, you can't think of what happened last time. So the new lie is so outrageous, they think you'll just go, yeah, and then go with it and move on because they think that the last touch is the actual answer. And
And then they make up lies to cover for him when they talk to you in public. It's like, "No, he didn't mean that. That's not really what he thought." It's like, "What? He said it,
I
and then he did it."
here's what I firmly believe. Beyond a shadow of a doubt with Epstein. I'm gonna say it again.
Here we go. Wait,
Trump and
everything's an
Epstein were
opinion on this show.
this
We are
is
not experts in anything. Go ahead.
This is my opinion based on the facts, and I'll tell you what I've heard as facts and what my opinion is. One of the facts I heard, supposedly facts, this is released by a senator of the United States that nearly $1 billion was transferred through a Russian bank from Donald Trump to Epstein. Nearly $1 billion. Do you think those are real estate deals? I don't think so.
I can hear all of MAGA saying that.
Trump is
Am I wrong,
on
MAGA?
the
Leave that in the comments.
I've seen the flight logs because they released that shit years ago. Trump is in the flight logs.
Yeah.
Do you think he just went to Epstein Island even though he said he didn't go to Epstein Island? He said he didn't go, but why is he on the flight logs to go there? I wonder which one's true. The one that came out before he became president or what he said afterwards? Stole a woman from him. Yeah, I don't think so. So why was a 14-year-old girl working at this spa that got stolen, but nothing big deal? He's an FBI informant. He's not an FBI informant. He worked with the FBI. No, he didn't work with the Come on.
That
There's a
woman
lot of
committed
information
suicide
that said
also.
that he turned Epstein. Now, what I've heard from Wolf, the guy who did the
Michael
biography
Wolff.
for Trump, was that they were best buddies. And you go Google it, man. There's like pictures and video. There's video and pictures of them together and how great Trump thought he was. Like Trump's literally on camera multiple times going, "That's a great guy." He was trafficking girls for years, but maybe he was like, come on, trafficking girls. He likes them young. Come on, this is not that hard. Look at those
Videos,
girls.
videos.
There's videos of him talking about it. There's videos of young girls sitting on his lap
You've
and
heard him
with them,
talk about
and
his daughter
videos
on
of him on
Howard
the
Stern
plane.
show.
And like, there's multiple people. Like, look, his wife is Russian.
No, she's not.
Yeah, his wife's from Russia. She came over to not Epstein's wife, Trump's wife.
She's not
Trump's
from
wife,
Russia. She's from
Melania,
a
is
different part.
Russian.
She's from a different part.
She came over on visa from Russia,
Look that up because I don't think that's true. I think it's like Slovakia.
which is a part of Russia or was a part of
Slovakia is a
Russia.
part of Russia?
And her dad was like,
Is Slovakia a part of Russia?
I think so.
Look it up. I think it's a whole other country, dude.
Russian-Slovakian relations. Russia has an embassy in Slovenia. So yeah, they're like a part of Russia, basically.
No, they're not. They're
Yeah, we're
their own
going with that.
country. That's what I'm saying, man. You gotta
But it
you
used
gotta
to be.
give them their independence if they're independent.
So,
If
they
they're
were never part of Russia. I take it back.
boom.
All right,
See?
well, whatever.
Let's make sure we're telling the truth.
But she came over on a visa. I believe her dad was a Russian agent. I believe this is all a Russian ploy. That's my belief. Wolf said that he met her through Epstein. They had their first consummation of relationship on the Lolita Express. They knew each other for years. Epstein was at their wedding. There's pictures of the three of them together.
He
There's
drew a
rumors
dirty
that
picture.
Epstein and Melania were doing stuff before Trump got a hold of her. In fact, there's rumors that Epstein pimped her out to Trump in the first place, and that's how he got to know her as one of his women.
Wouldn't surprise me at all.
There's plenty of people saying all this stuff. It's interesting she's not from Russia. I thought for sure she was from Russia. You gotta check this shit, man.
You gotta check that shit, guys.
I will admit to being wrong about her being directly from Russia, but she's definitely from that area.
Hey,
Anyway,
let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel now. MAGA, what do you think about what happened to Jimmy Kimmel? He got suspended for nothing. Like that was nothing. He says more shit most of the time. That wasn't even tough, what he
so
said.
this is more of my double standard problems, right? My issues with their double standard is
Yeah.
if you quote the law that what Charlie Kirk actually said, they got mad. If you quote him, they reply with hate and anger.
Hey,
They say
threats.
that you're a terrorist.
I've
If
got a
you
lot of
quote
threats.
his lines, like,
I've been getting threats. Did I tell you that, Jonathan?
so why? So I'm really curious. Why is quoting a person from a video where you see them actually say the thing bad? Why is that worth a threat if I repeat what the person that you're upholding to be a great person? If that's like quoting Jesus and then you guys threatening to kill me because I quoted Jesus. Like
You know what the answer to
that's
that
stupid.
question is? The answer to that
Because the
question is
reality is
because
he's not a golden calf.
no, it's because they just don't like it. That's why. Like, it doesn't
No,
matter
like,
what's
but
going on. Like, I don't like that. I don't wanna believe that. I'm just gonna believe
it's
what I like.
it's all about oppressing the left. It's all about attacking the left, and it's all about hurting the left. It's
Perfect
all about
example, when Charlie Kirk got
hurting the
shot,
perceived enemies.
all they said was they blamed it on the left immediately, like, before he was even pronounced
FBI
dead.
announced they have found no leftist party connections or communications with the proposed killer.
The FBI?
The FBI has announced they
Good,
have not been able to
Cass Patel
find
said
any
that?
connections between leftist parties and Tyler. None. FBI announced it. They can't find it. They've been trying their asses off, but they can't find anything. Do you know why? Because leftists don't want to kill people. There may be a handful that have, but if you look at the study that the government took down, The overwhelming majority of mass shootings are righties. Just saying.
I
Sorry,
did a
guys.
whole video on it, and
I mean, the fact that
I
you
used
guys are
AI
even
to pull stats.
threatening us over quoting your own people is proof of the anger that we're experiencing. I didn't threaten any of you. I think y'all are a bunch of silly butts. I'm not threatening any violence
I've never
whatsoever.
threatened any of
I'm
you
not
either.
even wanting any violence. In
Please
fact,
don't
I
threaten
would
me.
love it if everybody treated each other as human beings like Jesus intended. I think anybody that wants to threaten harm or violence against another human being and calls himself a Christian should go to the nearest church and talk to their priest, minister, whatever you call that person that teaches. Buddhist, I don't care. Go ask them, like, what would Jesus do in this situation? Why,
A Buddhist would
why?
say, "I don't know, man."
Well, a Buddhist would say, a lot of Buddhists
Buddhist would
believe
say, "I
in
don't know what Jesus
reincarnation,
would do."
right? Well, hold on. So Buddhists believe in a lot of reincarnation, and what you get reincarnated as, this is my understanding. It could be wrong. I'm sure it is to some degree, but Buddhists do believe reincarnation. Like if you lead a good life, you get going up the chain. If you do a bad life, you go down the chain. It's a whole thing. Christians believe in heaven or hell based on your adhering to the laws of God. And I'm pretty sure one of those laws is love thy neighbor. So,
No, not when it's not politically convenient. You don't have to
no,
love your
no,
neighbor.
no. You shall not steal, honor your father and mother, thou shalt not murder,
When it's
thou shalt not
convenient
bear
for
false
you.
witness.
It's implied. When it's convenient for you, do these things.
I'm going to pull these up because I want to have these right in front of me. No other gods before me, no graven images, name in vain, remember the Sabbath, honor father and mother, thou shalt not kill, which people are violating by threatening in my mind.
And you know, the excuse they're
Adultery,
using to threaten other
stealing,
people is
false
saying
witness,
that the left is violent. That's why they're threatening people.
thou
They're
shalt not
just saying
covet.
that the left is violent.
Thou shalt not cover thy neighbor's goods. Yeah, cover thy neighbor's goods. So, yeah, like Jesus wouldn't threaten political violence. He literally died on the cross to avoid political violence. I feel like you guys threatening violence is unchristian. And if you think you're Christian, I think you should go
Jesus
talk to
was
somebody about
kind
this
of protesting, you know,
peacefully.
peaceful.
He did not commit violence.
He was a protester.
Now, some people say Moses did because of the whole parting the seas and letting it collapse against his enemies, but that's a far reach.
Well, technically, he didn't do that, right? God did that.
Well, I mean, he stopped holding it open. Anywho, I think about that. Love thy neighbor. It's like respect thy neighbor, love thy father and mother. Like a lot of how I interpret the Bible and religion is about trying to treat others with respect and trying to have a peaceful society where we all work together and move forward. And this divide between politics, in my mind, is not any different than the half white, half black face from the Star Trek episode. And like people are all suffering. If you took almost any two people and you found a common thread of something they care about or respect, and you hide everything that makes them different, they'll most likely be nice to each other. And if you can be nice to each other for one thing, why can't you be nice for the rest of it?
All everyone needs, if you don't understand something, is to have the conversation with the thing you don't understand, the person you don't understand, the experience you haven't had, instead of trying to imagine what it is based on something you heard or, your upbringing, what they taught you this was. Experience stuff for yourself and make a
Here's the quote I
objective
was looking for.
judgment from it.
Leviticus 19:18. You shall not take vengeance or bear a grudge against any of your people, but you shall love your neighbor as yourself. I am the Lord.
Love your neighbor as yourself.
Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. So there it is. It's in the Bible. The Lord told you, be nice.
Well, when it's politically convenient, again, guys, you don't have to do this, of course, right? That's a shame. What about Jimmy Kimmel?
Jimmy Kimmel is an extension of what you and I were just talking about. Remember
It's the
when,
fascist playbook.
no, hold on. So remember when that video we did about the National Guard being deployed to LA? And I told you what they were trying to do? They were trying to find one incident of
I
the
know, yeah, yeah, yeah.
left attacking the right, and they were going to hold up that person as the martyr, and they were going to stand behind
Look at the
this
left.
false idol, and they were going to stand behind this false idol. They were going to demonize their enemies, and they were going to break every significant balance of law in order to try to squash their enemies before they were destroyed. That was the whole point of it. They wanted They wanted a lynch a linchpin event where they could say, "This is it. Now we have to go after our enemies." They were waiting for somebody to cross that line so they can go after their enemies. And even though we found out that this guy was raised in a MAGA family and a MAGA community, he was pro-white, well, he was white, he was Christian, he was a
But
young man,
was he
he was
Christian?
that's my understanding
I
is he
thought
was
he
in
was
a
Mormon.
oh, you're well, isn't Mormon a version of Christianity?
I suppose. Yeah.
Mormons believe that Christ's church, therefore Christian. Christianity believes in Christ. Mormons believe in Christ, therefore Mormons are Christians. It's kind of like, in my mind, a Mormon and a Baptist and a Catholic all have different interpretations of the original Christ's ideology. But anyway, nothing wrong with any. I don't believe any of that, but to each their own. But he was a Mormon, therefore he was a Christian, therefore Ten Commandments. But regardless, he wasn't some hippy dippy atheist, black woman with like weirdo stuff that they wanted to go after. Like, and in what was it, the governor or something, or mayor or something's like, I prayed for 33 hours that he wasn't one of us, and he was. It's like, yeah, you called it, right? Like
Yeah.
you wanted a villain that you could hold up. And then before this guy was captured, before they knew who he was, before any evidence came in, the whole leadership of MAGA just went after the left because they were waiting. They were waiting for an event, and Charlie Kirk was that event. Now, I have some conspiracy theories running around in my head.
Oh,
Like, I've
shit,
seen the
here we go.
pictures.
Conspiracy theory alert, conspiracy theory alert.
Like, this is just harebrained stuff.
Hey, hit subscribe if you made it this far on the video, and I appreciate that.
I wouldn't like, I wouldn't uphold anything. But my itch of this is like, if you look at the pictures side by side from the video camera that they have the still shot of the shooter and the other side being the mug shot of the guy, it's like, he's got a different nose. He's got different ears. He's got a different nose, different chin, different smile. Tyler doesn't have the pronounced, what's his cleft, I think it is, in his lip. The guy on the camera does. It's just two different people. So my conspiracy theory is based on what I'm seeing. Like the guy jumps off the roof and he runs for it. How's the gun stage? Why was this gun found in the woods when the guy jumped off the roof without the gun? Like nothing's adding up here for me.
Did you see the
The guy was
text messages?
shot at like,
Did you see the text messages between him and the roommate?
think that is an AI generated nonsense based on conspiracy theory and
Really? I
anti-trans
think it's
garbage. Like
real. I think
it
it's real.
doesn't. I've read them. They don't like it's it's just people don't talk like that. It's
I heard them
garbage.
broken down. I heard Adam Mockler break it down. He's like, "That looks legit to me. That's kinda how I talk to my friends now."
I think it's fake. I 100% believe. That's my personal
Shit, we got a
belief that it's
conspiracy
fake.
theorist here,
I think they
everyone.
made that up in order to justify the trans angle.
I don't believe that.
I do. I think that they are working their best to hit trans as the villain in this whole thing. And
For sure they're doing that.
the
For sure
ironic
they're doing
part
that.
is the ironic part is everybody's missing the core, most important part of this. Somebody was so afraid of a human person's survival because of another person's pure hatred and perceived evil that he couldn't let that person exist anymore and had to go after him. So he thought, this isn't my opinion,
What made you
he
say
thought
that?
Charlie Kirk was spouting things that were so bad he didn't think Charlie Kirk should exist in the world anymore, so he went and
How do you know
got
that?
killed.
I haven't heard that yet. Did he have
That's
another note?
part of that's part of it. It's like, he was evil, I had to go do it. That was part of the transcript.
That's all he said, though. He was evil. I didn't hear him say
Yeah, but
anything
the
about
reason it was evil, well, if he has a so under
I mean,
their
I'm sure it's because of what
so
Charlie said, but
the story comes from he said he was evil and he was spouting a lot of trans rhetoric and supposedly this guy's girlfriend was trans. I mean, add it together. 1 plus 1 equals 2 here. So if the script is is right and we already know Charlie Kirk's opinion on trans, then it doesn't like these are not hard to connect dots. Now, if you're like, well, if the script is fake, like, okay, now you can start going into this other stuff. There's stuff that says he was with the
well, if
Goiners,
you
and then there's
start with
stuff that
the
says he
script as fake,
wasn't.
you don't need anything then. It's just up to your imagination at that point.
Well, here's the thing. I don't know that's him.
If I believe that, I'll be like, "Dude, it's probably Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton."
Like, where's the fingerprints? Where's the DNA? Where's the tracking? Where's his phone software saying he was at? Like, none of this makes
I don't know
sense.
if we should have that in the public sphere yet.
Why did
They're
why did his
investigating, right?
gun just happen to be out in the woods? Like, how did it get out in the woods when he jumped off the roof? Like, none of this makes sense to me. And the reality is, I fully accept I will
I
never
can. He was
have a
running. He
solid
had to
understanding of
run.
it.
He got off a roof. He's got a lot of,
Where was the
anxiety and
gun in the
adrenaline
picture
running.
as he's walking up the stairs?
I don't know if he's running. He's probably running. I don't know if he's walking.
They're like, "Oh, he had," they said, "Yeah, he had a gun in his pants." It's like, his knees are bent. No. Anyway, like, none of this makes sense to me. I think it's just all messed up. That's my personal belief. I'm happy to be wrong, but, like, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, regardless of whether he did or not, regardless of his motives, that we could take all that and throw it out. The reality is the VP, well, Trump for sure, and other Republican figureheads, talking heads, whatever you want to call them, came out and was like, it's the left's fault. We're at war. We need to go kill the left.
Yeah.
We need to squash. Like, they came out with the
Instagram,
most violent
why are
rhetoric.
you guys getting so mad at me? Like, I didn't do
I
anything to you.
wasn't on that roof. I didn't approve this. This is not my group.
I didn't
He's
threaten
not
any of you.
associate. He's not in any other than him being a white male. There's no connection at all to anything at all, other than we happen to live in America, the United States. But I've never met him. I don't live anywhere near him. I didn't even know his name. I didn't know he existed. I'm not connected to anything he's connected to. Like, don't get mad at me. That's not my boy. That was y'all's boy.
No, and, like, people on the left aren't
Shit, the guy that took a shot at
culty.
Trump was MAGA.
People on the left aren't culty left. Like, we don't stick up for our own because 'cause you're on the left. It's not like that. It's like, I'm an individual, whatever. Like,
If
I
yeah,
think this way
if Bill Clinton is in the Epstein
regardless of what you
files
think.
and they have the full information of him doing bad things, I'm not gonna protect him.
No, don't protect any
Let him
of them.
go. Convict him on the evidence you have if you can. Good luck. I'll clap with you when the just verdict is read, regardless of which way it goes. Like, no, no, no. Our party doesn't protect pedophiles like that. Or at least my party doesn't. The group I'm with.
Mm-mm.
So MAGA household is my understanding. MAGA believes, just
Whatever
saying.
Trump says. We're not getting
This
any good
is,
information from Kash Patel, from Pam Bondi, from Kristi Noem.
and let's
They're
be
all out
honest,
there
if this
lying every
guy
day.
supposedly, and this is what I've heard, I don't know how much this is true. This is what they've told us so far. This is what the officials have told us. He confessed to his somebody he did it. They called in somebody else, and then they end up calling the cops, and he turned himself in or something like that. I don't know the full sequence, but the reality is, from everything I understood of it, if he hadn't confessed, they still wouldn't have his ass. And Kash Patel, as far as I could tell, and this is my personal opinion, my theory is that was so high when he was on stage, he didn't know what was going on, and everybody is condemning him for his horrible handling of this situation.
His horrible handling of every situation since he's been in his
Not
position.
trafficking, come the fudge on. Seriously?
This whole man,
If he wasn't trafficking if Epstein wasn't trafficking girls, then why the hell has the right been yelling about prosecuting all these people that didn't get trafficked to? Like, come on. This is ridiculous. I can't believe the mental gymnastics that people are going through to put these dots together. Trump tells it like it is. We're going to prosecute these people on Epstein list. There's no Epstein list. There is an Epstein list, but it's made up. But we're going to get, but there's powerful people, so I can't release it. But it's made up by them. But they didn't traffic anybody. But we're going to convict people. But it might implicate people that weren't sex trafficked too. This doesn't. No, no, no. I'm sorry. This is ridiculous.
yeah,
But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel. Sorry, I got tangented pretty hard.
yeah, man.
So anyway, the left was like, guys, we didn't do anything. And then the reality is the reason Jimmy Kimmel got knocked out has nothing to do with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk is the scapegoat for why Jimmy Kimmel got nixed. So why he got nixed is because Trump is getting enough power now and enough control over the government to where they can threaten private entities, people, and companies. If I remember correctly, there's some kind of merger coming up the FCC has to approve, and they basically threaten them that they wouldn't approve it, which is why the other group paid him the, what was it, $19 billion or whatever. But then afterwards, they got their approval. Then this group got threatened as well over FCC
Stephen
control
Colbert got
or
canceled.
yeah, Stephen Colbert didn't mention Charlie. He didn't threaten anybody. The reality is
No,
Stephen
this was way
Colbert,
before.
Jimmy Kimmel, Jon Stewart, and other
Jimmy Fallon.
comedians.
He threatened Jimmy Fallon
Jimmy Fallon.
explicitly and
These are
Seth
people,
Meyers
and
the other
all
night.
these people are comedians with shows that are more left leaning, that are making fun of Trump's stupidity and pointing it out. And he doesn't like that. So he's going to shut it down. If you go back and look at his comments, well, they talked mean about me and that should be illegal and we're going to take their licenses away.
Right.
That's what he said. And Jimmy Kimmel, Jon Stewart, and a whole list of these people are, and they said, we got a list, we're going after him. Like, they said it.
Yeah, you guys have been seeing The Simpsons, right? The Simpsons have been dropping some
South
bombs.
Park, South Park. They've been attacking South
Yeah,
Park. They're
South
trying
Park,
to get
that's what I
South
meant.
Park
Sorry, South
canceled.
Park. That's what I meant.
And the fact that Disney bent the knee after telling MAGA to go eat their own shorts for a handful of years to bend the knee and take him down is kind of like, well, yeah. At the end of the day, the people at the head of these studios want money and they're going to do whatever they need to. And if they got to bend the knee, they're going to. If you look at Tim Cook's a great example. Tim Cook's products from Apple got tariffed. So he went and he licked Trump's boot and he set a gold bar on Trump's desk. And all your iPhone 17s came in without tariffs on them, without a price increase. That's what happened.
I didn't hear
And all
about
these
that.
companies are bending the knee and
Shady.
bribing
Shady
him.
Tim Cook.
They're bribing him. Well, I mean, it's the cost of doing business. And the reality is, if you guys out there don't like this, vote better. But if you also don't like this, go vote with your wallet. If you don't like that Apple gave Trump a gold bar, if you think that's bad, then don't buy Apple. It's easy. Plenty of people went out
Ooh.
there and canceled their Disney and Hulu and ESPN
That's gonna be a tough
subscriptions.
one. Boycott Apple. Wow, that'll be a big that's a heavy lift.
Yeah, but I mean, there's plenty of there's Android phones out there, there's Android
Androids
tablets,
suck.
there's Windows
They all suck.
computers, but there's alternatives. We can boycott Tesla by not buying Teslas. It's not that hard.
Very stubborn and stuck in my ways.
Well, you do what is in your moral platitude. I'm doing what's in mine. I didn't buy the new iPhone. Good luck. I haven't bought any new Apple products since this has all happened. But do I fault Tim Cook for doing this? No. He did what everybody else
I
in
actually
big
get it.
business is doing.
I get it. Yeah.
Tim
Out
Cook.
here, you got
And let's be
favors
honest,
or favors.
Facebook or Meta, Apple, Twitter,
Mhm.
like every one of these companies put millions of dollars into Trump's inauguration party. They're showing up to these dinners. Did you catch the thing about Zuckerberg getting hot mic
I
caught
wasn't I
about,
wasn't sure I wasn't sure the number you wanted me to go with.
yeah, like they're just making
Bro,
up
there's no
bullshit.
fucking there's nothing, no plans, no anything. It's just you're here to be my bitch and just say what I need you to say.
And they're just pulling their, was it shoot first, ask questions later kind of stuff. Like this isn't
What about Homan taking a $50,000 bribe in cash
the
during
fact that
the
Lovett,
Biden, administration?
what's her name? Lyot now? Is what we're calling her? Lion Levitt or Lionett?
Lion Levitt, okay,
Lion
sure.
Levitt. She goes, I actually listened to the clip. He didn't do anything wrong. Well, the FBI caught him taking a bribe of $50,000. Now, the joke I heard was great. Oh my God, is inflation so bad that taking $50,000 is no longer a felony because the dollar's worth down 20%? But the reality is, the FBI fully has said that he illegally took a bribe. And if Levitt and the administration goes, that shows you that they don't
Their
care about the
position is,
law,
"But I
they
said
care
they
about the
didn't."
money.
That's the
Yeah,
position of the White
exactly.
House, "But I said they didn't, so who you gonna believe?"
Yep. And the case will probably just get squashed, thrown out because, Patel's in charge and that's it. And that's over with. So, and if you go look at,
He's probably packing his things right now.
what was it? ICE is spending so much time and money on illegals that human trafficking is now getting more out of control than it was. And the FBI is spending so much time worrying about crime in cities that child sex trafficking and sex predator stuff for children is exploding and they don't have time to persecute it. It's like
Where'd you see that?
something that one of the FBI people leaked out.
Man,
Yeah, they're not pursuing child sex predator stuff because they're too busy doing what squashing street crime in different cities and picking up trash.
thank God.
Yeah, priorities, right?
Thank God for our Men in uniform, I guess? Is that
And this is
how do we feel as a nation about ICE?
I had a friend recently, they were telling me about because they're connected to the National Guard. So a National Guardsman a person connected to the National Guard was telling me that even if the National Guard carries guns, they're not allowed to use them against a populace, even if they're getting shot at or something, was what they were trying to express. Like,
Mm,
there's laws about them returning fire against civilians. So them carrying guns is just another, like,
a
them lying
deadly
to the public.
ornament, tempting the
Well, they're
calmness
looking
of a
for
person carrying it.
and the reality is the Trump administration is looking for more incidences. They want more of these. I was honestly personally shocked that Trump didn't clear an insurrection act as soon as Charlie Kirk was killed and put the whole country under lockdown.
Yeah.
I was surprised he didn't do that.
Well, it's coming. Just hold your
Well,
horses, man. It'll happen. Jeez.
and yeah, which is why I kind of suspected that Charlie Kirk might have been a thing. So
False flag.
yeah, it makes more sense it's a false flag than a random act. But that's my opinion. I have no proof. It's just speculation on my side that
Yeah.
they so so my narrative for that makes sense in my head, which is probably completely insane moon landing, faked kind of level,
Here we go.
is the Trump administration orchestrated the hit. And that person we see in the photos is a CIA agent, and they took him out, and then somebody else confessed to it because he was there to do something too, and that's why his gun was still in the woods, and that wasn't a guy leaping off because the shot was crazy, it was, like, all this stuff, and he just confessed to it. I think there's a very real chance he could be convicted or not convicted, who knows? Did you hear about Luigi?
He will not get convicted, and he will be running for Senate next year, and he will get in.
Well, I mean,
Kyle Rittenhouse.
I think there's a reason MAGA went from burn him at the stake to I hope he finds Jesus so quickly as soon as they found out who he was. You don't hear MAGA calling for his death anymore. Like nobody's saying kill Tyler. You don't hear that
No, they're
anymore.
not.
No, it's all about the left. Nothing about Tyler, all about the
Yeah, the
left.
left. It seems so absurd to me that they're still blaming the left.
Well, it's because they wanted an incident. They wanted a martyr in order to go do whatever they wanted. And this
Do
is
you
what
think
they're
they all
doing.
collectively know what's gonna happen when that happens? And, like, that's their trigger, like, "Alright,
They
now
had a
we go to
plan.
war."
Oh, they have a plan. Everything that they're doing, Jimmy Kimmel,
No, I
the
know
news
they do. I'm talking
events,
about everyday MAGA supporters.
the MAGA supporters have been waiting for an opportunity to go kill. Like, did you watch all those TikToks that people were putting up? There was a guy very pro MAGA, and he said, "All right, Trump, I'm ready. All you gotta do is give me the
Yes.
word, and
The
I'm gonna
Civil
go
War?
door to door, kill every goddamn leftist
Yeah.
Democrat I can find.
"We're
Just
ready.
tell me the
We
word.
got
I'm ready
more.
for civil war." And it's
We're
like,
we're just waiting for the order."
yeah, and it wasn't one video. There's, like, multiple videos I saw of this.
I'm
There's
sure,
multiple people calling for this. I
'cause
mean,
that inspires people.
yeah, like, the left has been so,
You haven't
um
seen any of those on the left, though, have you? You've probably seen a bunch of people on the left being like, "Man, this is
and
crazy."
the reality is, and this is my opinion, based on everything I can see, the rich and the oligarchs and the people in power have been diverting attention away from themselves by helping people who can't see the bigger picture get mad at other people that they're next to. So the rich and the people in power are going to tell you that what is it? A billionaire is telling a thousandaire that the dollaire telling the wage worker that the guy who's barely making minimum wage is the enemy and the reason they're poor.
Yeah. That happens in companies, you know?
And that's what's going on is tower this is like Tower of Babel stuff in my mind. Like the story of the Tower of Babel, like God smited us by making us talk in different languages so they could keep us separated. And that's what the news media is doing. They're telling you how to think by telling you the left is bad. Go out and talk to some left people, get their actual opinions. Are you going to do it? No, you're not. You're going to listen to the news and you're going with your day instead of actually trying to figure out what's going on.
You're comfortable hating the left. You're comfortable doing that.
If you really want to know the truth, go out tomorrow to a restaurant, find somebody that you think's a leftist, ask them, "Are you with the left? I have questions." I don't want to argue. I'm not going to tell you my opinion is. I want to just hear your opinion. That's all. I want to ask questions calmly and peacefully. And I'll bet you a lot of leftists will be like, all right, cool. We'll talk to you. Just like the black guy in the KKK. Like, take your moment to go ask a question. Be nice, be respectful. They suffer, they're having problems, they're they're trying to get through life just like you, but maybe a little differently. And a lot of leftists will sit down, go ask your preacher, go ask your minister, go ask them, what would Jesus do? Go ask the questions and make your own goddamn opinion instead of being told what it is. Because that's what the news media is doing. Like I watched Fox News in the gym until I don't know if you saw that O2 stopped showing the news because a fist fight broke out over something that was on the news.
No
So they
shit.
quit showing news because a fist fight broke out over politics in the gym. It's like the gym is not the place to have a fist fight over politics. And the fact that this is happening is because the news media and the leadership of the right, because the left doesn't do this. Like you go talk to Kamala, it's like, yeah, I hate this. You go look at Obama, he's like, we gotta quit fighting each other.
Hey, did
Kamala's
I
like, we
tell
gotta
you
quit
that I
fighting each other.
lost a friend from our Charlie Kirk episode?
I've lost relatives over some of this stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you know what? It's better to
'Cause I'm the one that was, like, out of line, you know? It's like, "What do you mean? Did you even listen to Charlie Kirk?"
yeah, and you
I
know what?
did.
Kick that toxic person out of your life. You're better off. Period. Sorry, guys. That's just the way it is. Go ask the right questions. Be nice, be humble. You don't have to convert them. Just go ask them what the reality of their side is, what they're seeing, what they're feeling, what they're thinking. And if you don't think we're being fair about Charlie Kirk, go spend the afternoon looking up quotes from him. There's plenty of places. Go look at his YouTube videos.
Watch
Go
the
look at
video
these
I made 5
videos.
days ago.
Go watch the videos and say, hey, if I was a leftist, how would I feel about this? Why is this so bad? Why is this so hurtful to people? Like, he
And then think about it through the lens of being a parent and having a daughter and
go
having, like, really
or be an
people
ethnic.
brothers that you would call that there are your brothers, they're black people or they're Mexican or they're,
Go
you know.
look at his quotes on the Civil Rights Act.
Oh
Go
my
look up
god,
what the
yeah.
Civil Rights Act is. Do you think
So that is an opinion, and he can absolutely have it. I don't have to like it, and I don't.
so? There is a line in the Constitution. No, Declaration of Independence. So this is from the Declaration of Independence. We hold these truths to be self evident that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, all men are created equal. According to the Declaration of Independence, the whole reason we had the Revolutionary War to be able to have some rights. Why is it that the guy that's sitting in this other panel shouldn't be allowed to vote, but you can? Are you better than him? Because that's not what the Declaration says. That's not what Jesus says. So, why do you feel superior to any other human on the planet that you deserve to have rights that they don't? Just saying, he's an American. Chris is an American, born in America, right?
I'm an American.
You have a social security card, you have a birth certificate from the US, right?
I am.
So, if somebody else has a birth certificate, regardless of race or ideology, why do they deserve rights that you don't? You're not convicted. You have the right to vote. You have the right to bear
Because
arms.
they crossed the border illegally.
I'll make jokes right now. But seriously, like, God Lord. Every time people argue this, I think about the I'm going a little bit more religious today because I've been giving this a lot more thought about the anti-Christian Christians that are showing up to a lot of this stuff. There's discussion about Jesus washing Mary's feet. Yeah, Luke 7:36 through 50. And there's an interpretation that I really like from this. So, for those different versions of the Bible have different interpretations of who Mary was. Some say she was just a woman, some say she was a prostitute. Regardless, doesn't matter. At that time, men were believed to be superior to women mentally, societally,
Physically.
psychologically, intelligence, biologically, just across the board, they believe to be better. And the fact that Jesus washed Mary's feet, Jesus, the Son of God, took time to show respect and humility and compassion to somebody that was admonished by society, looked down upon, talked bad of, treated poorly, seen as unequal. The point of that was to show that he wasn't above her, that she wasn't beneath him. That was the whole point of that in my mind. That's my view of it. That's my
That's
interpretation.
how
I've
I
heard
view that
that,
too.
and I've heard that from a lot of
Me
ministers and
too.
preachers discussing this. The whole point of him washing her feet was to put people in their place and show that they were equal.
Look,
They were
like, look
people.
at
They
look at
were
the
human
respect I have
beings.
for this woman. Look at the love and
Yeah.
the respect I have for this woman.
And the reality is, he picked somebody that was put down by society to show that the Son of God, the leader of this new religion, the person who was going to free them and allow them admittance into heaven, was not above anybody. That was the whole point of this. So when you start talking about, well, he's an N-word or he's a Mexican or whatever, it's like, reality is, voting is based on rights for being an American citizen, regardless of the method, because somebody becomes naturalized or gets a green card can get the right to vote, to my understanding, and them not having their rights taken away by being in jail and some other stuff, right? So to say that this person is beneath you, in my mind, is against what Jesus taught you. To you to talk down to a leftist and want to kill them, thou shalt not kill. So that guy that was begging Trump to say, go get him, Tiger, to go around door to door and killing Christians or killing people is literally sin. He wanted to commit sin. And this guy's not Christian if he's willing to go kill people because of ideological beliefs. Him thinking he's better than somebody else was the antithesis or the opposite of what Jesus was trying to teach you. So, this hate that you guys have for us talking, this hate and visceral for another group of people, this desire for evil is unchristian. Go study, go learn, go talk to these people that know, the ministers and the preachers. They'll tell you that you have hate in your heart filled by evil. And in my mind, the people trying to teach you to do this, the people that have radicalized you to do this, the people that have pointed to the other side, the people, those are unchristian too. And those are the marks of evil. You need to go and look at where you're getting your information, your radicalization, and your leanings and decide, is these people of God? Or is this the lessons of God? Is this the word of God? And look to yourself and with some humility and recognize this visceral hate, this anger, these threats, these desires for violence are going away from God and going away from Jesus.
And they're not coming
Now,
from the left.
I mean, there are, like,
I'm sure there's
technically,
some jerk creators out there, but the leadership on the left,
the leadership on the
public
left
facing
isn't doing it.
leadership, they have the same message.
Now, I'm not gonna say all lefts are immune to being impugnant. That's not true. There are people on the left that have committed act of violence, political and non-political. It has happened. They are human and they have walked away from Jesus as well. And there are atheists who've done bad. There's people of all faiths have done evil over time. I mean, let's just be honest, crusades happened, but you need each person that's watching this and us too. I'm going to have to look into my heart a little bit better too. If you are Christian and you want to be Christian and you want to follow Jesus, let that hate out of your heart and look for compassion and look for opportunities to support your community and not be above others. And like I said, go talk to people. Talking to the reason we are having so much issues with this today, and this is one thing I will give Charlie Kirk credit for. I thought it was dead on accurate. And a lot of Mega has said this too. One of the reasons we have lost our way is we have separated from each other. We fill our time with fantasy, we fill our time with lies, we fill our time with technology, and we don't fill our time with the presence of another human being. And that disconnection from other human beings of diversity, of different thoughts and different beliefs separates us and dehumanizes us. And the fact that Trump says stuff like, those immigrants are animals, not human, that is such an anti Jesus, anti Christian thing to say. And it is evil. And I hate to tell you this, that's the same thing Hitler said.
All right, well, let's
Anyway,
leave it
we got
there
to
for
cut this
now.
off.
In the
Y'all need to go
meantime,
find some
hit
Jesus.
subscribe. This is almost above average, all right? Strives to be almost above average. That's what you wanna be, all right? And leave it in the comments.
Show some compassion to your fellow people.
Do that. Peace.